Hi guys, and welcome back to the Breakout Zone. Now, one of my favorite projects at the moment is called SakeSwap. Now, it's an automated market maker decentralized exchange, also known as an AMM DEX. And these are underpinning the decentralized finance or DeFi space in crypto at the moment. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you why I believe it's a Uniswap, SushiSwap, and PancakeSwap killer, and also why you might want to get invested in this token. And if you're not sure about what any of those terms are, don't worry, I will explain all of them. And I'll also be showing you how to buy and stake or farm this token to get some awesome returns, potentially compounding your return on this token. So you definitely want to watch until the end of this video so you can take advantage of this excellent project. My name is Michael, and I use my skills and experience as an ex-developer, tech visionary, investor, and trader to bring you non-hyped information on how to generate profit and build wealth from cryptocurrency investing. So if you're keen to learn how to profit from what I believe is the greatest investment opportunity of this decade, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. So in order to understand what SakeSwap is, we first need to have a quick look at what is the difference between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange. So an exchange is just where you can buy or sell crypto. A centralized exchange, like in this diagram on the left here, would be that if you're interacting with the exchange in order to buy tokens, you'd be one of these outside circles here, and then you'll be interacting with a centralized platform that is owned and run by a company, you know, like a Binance or a Coinbase, etc. Okay, so you'll be logging in with a username and password. You'll be sending your crypto there to their wallets, which means it's not within your own custody anymore, and you'll be trading in and out of markets, and then probably withdraw your tokens and put it on your wallet at some stage where it is self-custodial. That is, that you are storing it within your wallet and it is safe. Now, a decentralized exchange or DEX is where there isn't a centralized platform for doing the exchange of tokens when you want to buy or sell. So basically you're connecting and you're buying from other people. It's like a peer-to-peer purchasing and selling of tokens. Okay, so there are a number of benefits of using a decentralized exchange, and I will link this article down below in the description. So no central points of failure. So there's no single party or third party. So traders can go through the peer-to-peer network. Typically lower fees, so less operation costs, trading through smart contracts. So traders just have to pay transaction fees for miners, but I'm sure you've experienced on the Ethereum blockchain at the moment, fees are quite high. So it isn't actually cheaper to trade on any Ethereum-based DEX. Although, as I'll run you through today, SakeSwap is also on Binance Smart Chain, and we'll get to that. So it's non-censorable. So traders have full control over the use, security, transfer funds, and private keys. In fact, you use your own private keys when interacting with a decentralized exchange, like using MetaMask, for example. Less server downtime, so hosting is distributed throughout the nodes. No KYC, which is know your customer. So they're not a single entity, no KYC is required. So ultimate privacy and anonymity is maintained. Now this might change in future with regulation, but at the moment this is how it works. No infrastructure risk. They don't have any infrastructure risk during trade orders because it's peer-to-peer. And no theft of banking information as well. So it works through cryptocurrencies only, so you don't have to share any of your banking information. You also don't need a username and password as well, so it's a little bit easier to authenticate and use. So the three decentralized exchanges that I mentioned previously were Uniswap, SushiSwap, and PancakeSwap. I know they've all got pretty funny names. So Uniswap and SushiSwap are both on Ethereum, and PancakeSwap is on what's known as Binance Smart Chain, or BSC. Now, PancakeSwap has got a lot of adoption recently because its fees are way lower than those of the Ethereum decentralized exchanges. It isn't as decentralized of a network as Ethereum, so it does get a lot of criticism for that, but you can't fault that it's attracted a lot of investors due to the fees being so low. Now, all three of these projects don't have the best tokenomics, and they also suffer from what's known as impermanent loss, where you can actually lose, I believe, up to 25% of your investment capital due to the volatility of some tokens. So although Uniswap was the first, and SushiSwap and PancakeSwap have come after that, neither of them have, or none of them have actually solved either of these problems. Introducing SakeSwap. So SakeSwap is a hybrid of both Uniswap and SushiSwap and tries to solve some of their challenges that they have. So I believe it's going to be a killer of these platforms for 4 reasons. The first is that it's both on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So you have the traditional investors on Ethereum as well as the investors looking for lower fees using the Binance version of the Decentralized Exchange. The second is its tokenomics. So the Sake token actually has a limited total volume, which will avoid dilution and maintain project sustainability. It also has a deflationary mechanism to it. So out of the trading fees, 0.25% goes directly to the liquidity providers, while the remaining 0.05% gets converted back into Sake, and 90% of that will be burned, okay? And the other 10% will be distributed to the Sake bar, which you receive if you are staking that token. The third is that it has 50% slippage capacity. So instead of can be a little bit technical, but instead of arbitrators acquiring all the slippage in Uniswap, liquidity providers in SushiSwap are enabled to capture some of these profits, okay? So basically 50% of the slippage will go to the liquidity providers within SakeSwap. So this actually reduces the risk and the impact of impermanent loss if it does happen. So that's a big one that they're looking to solve there. The last feature of this exchange that is very noticeable is their first to market launching what's known as the initial liquidity offering, okay? And this is an innovative crowdfunding mechanism that basically creates liquidity pools directly for projects and investors. So this is for new projects that are looking to launch. They can launch on SakeSwap and get investors who are directly going to convert their investment into liquidity. Okay, so for projects, they can list their tokens and use the platform to raise funds, seamless fusion of token issuance and trading. There can also be a liquidity token lock period as well, so that can provide more stability to the token liquidity. There's some voting rights there as well. And for investors, so whales or retailing traders will get the same opportunity to obtain priority access to these listings. So you'll get an opportunity to get in and you'll become liquidity providers afterwards, and you'll get the benefits that I previously mentioned about the reduction in permanent loss and also the ability to actually make more fees. So one thing I forgot to mention is the 50% slippage capacity will also increase the income for liquidity providers, which is up to double what they're going to get on the other decentralized exchanges. So it's definitely better for liquidity providers, and it's also proven so far to be an interesting launchpad for new projects that have done quite well on SakeSwap. The last thing I want to point out is how early stage this project actually is. So on CoinGecko, Sake market cap is less than 30 million, and anyone investing in cryptos will know that's actually quite low. So if we have a look at some of the other exchanges that I mentioned, Uniswap is 20 billion market cap, PancakeSwap is 5.7 billion market cap, and SushiSwap is 2.7 billion market cap. So if SakeSwap even reaches half of the size of SushiSwap, that's a 44x from the current price point. So this, along with the other features that I mentioned, is why I believe it is a really good investment opportunity. But as always, you should do your own research and determine if it is right to be part of your investment or trading portfolio. Okay, now let's jump into how to buy and stake or farm this token. So just some assumptions before we start. I'm assuming that you do have MetaMask that is already set up and linked to the Binance Smart Chain. If you haven't done this before, I'll put a video down below in the description that walks you through how to do that. The other assumption is that you also have some BNB in your MetaMask wallet on the Binance Smart Chain, okay? And BNB is Binance's coin and what fuels the Binance Smart Chain, or BSC, just like Ethereum fuels the Ethereum Smart Chain. So again, if you don't have any of that, you can follow the video below on how to set up your MetaMask for Binance, as well as fuel it with some BNB ready to purchase the Sake token. Okay, now that you have your MetaMask set up with Binance Smart Chain, what you want to do is to go to SakeSwap.finance, and in order to get to the BSC version, you can do something like just click on stake, and then over here where it says network, you click on BSC, and that will open the Binance Smart Chain version of SakeSwap, or you can go to bsc.sakeswap.finance. So the first thing we want to do is actually buy some Sake with our BNB. So we will go ahead, well, once you have your wallet connected, which I have done, so if you're not connected, you just click to MetaMask. When it asks you to connect, you'll choose your wallet and then it connects. I've got a little bit of BNB in here. So we'll now search for SakeSwap and we want to buy some SakeSwap. So I'm going to click on max. I'm not going to use all of my BNB because I want to save some for fees. So let's maybe just do 1,000 SakeSwap. Okay, so we'll click on swap. We'll click confirm swap. It'll ask us to sign that transaction in MetaMask, which we'll hit OK or confirm on. That took a few seconds and says that that swap went through. So we can now close that, and we'll see that we have 1,000 Sake balance and 0.065 of BNB. Okay, now in order to stake this Sake, we'll go ahead and click on stake at the top. So it says that we should have 1,000 tokens there, yep. And basically the process is to convert these to X Sake, and then basically you get a percentage of the fees based on the amount of X Sake that you hold relative to the whole pool of people staking. So there's currently 6 million X Sake in the whole pool. Putting 1,000 in, we're going to get a pretty small percentage of the fees, but nonetheless, we want to put our Sake tokens to work for us so that we can do it in this manner. So we'll click on convert to Sake. I'm going to put all of those in there. Click confirm. Again, it'll ask us to sign that transaction. Click confirm again. Okay, that transaction says that it's gone through successfully and now says that we've got our X Sake converted here, and probably took a little small fee when it did that conversion. So that's pretty much it. Then you'll be able to convert back if you want to take out your tokens back as Sake. So these will grow over time. Don't know whether we'll see that jump while we're on this video. And that's it. So that's the simplest way to put your Sake tokens to work for you, to stake them on the SakeSwap platform. Now, another way to put your Sake tokens to work is through what's known as yield farming. I'm not going to go into detail specifically about yield farming now, but in order to do so, we click on farms and we get a bunch of different farms that we can provide liquidity to for this decentralized exchange. So USDT and BNB pair, or Ethereum, BNB, etc. So we're going to go with the Sake and BNB pair because we already have Sake tokens and I have some spare BNB that we're going to use for this purpose. So we'll click on select. Now, ultimately, we actually want to stake, and you can see there is already some earnings. I am doing this for the second time because I made a mistake on the first video. So ignore that for now. So we do want to get to stake, but we'll see that we don't have anything to stake. So we actually need the Sake WBNB LP token. Okay, so if we click on down here to try and get that token. Now it'll take us to the add liquidity page. And basically we need Sake and WBNB, which is wrapped BNB. Now I don't have any of that. So the first thing we actually need to do is to buy some of this wrapped BNB. But to determine how much we need to buy, I'm gonna attempt to stake or farm or add liquidity for all of my Sake tokens. And we'll see here that we need 3.6078. So I'm actually gonna copy that. And for now, I'm going to go back to the exchange because we actually need to wrap some of our BNB in this token. So we're going to click WBNB. We're going to put the balance, and I'm just going to add one extra thing to the end there on the 5th decimal place just to make sure we've got enough in total to wrap all of our Sake. So we'll just have to wait for this to go through. It's picked up our WBNB. So now we go ahead and we wrap that. We'll sign that transaction. That transaction goes through. So we now have our 3.60781 WBNB. So we can now go back to farms. Click on the Sake BNB farm. Click to add liquidity. Now we should be able to go max Sake and that should come up okay. Yep, so we can supply the full amount of wrapped BNB. So we click confirm and confirm supply. We sign that transaction. Once that goes through, we then close these windows. We will go back now to the stake and unstake section. And now we should be able to provide our Sake wrapped BNB liquidity provider tokens. So we click confirm on that. We also sign that transaction. That says our transaction was successful, and we can now see that we have the total of the 141.337 liquidity provider tokens staked. So that's the process now. We'll see that our Sake will start earning for us immediately, and we can claim that looks like every month. Okay, that's it for farming your Sake token in SakeSwap. So that's it for the video today on SakeSwap and how to buy and stake or farm that token. So your question for today is, do you feel as though SakeSwap can catch up to SushiSwap or potentially even overtake it and chase down PancakeSwap and or Uniswap? Leave your comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you want more videos like this, then please like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.